Use place value understanding to round whole numbers to the nearest 10 or 100. West Virginia College and Career Readiness Standard, M310. This is the type of problem you might see that's aligned to standard M310. When rounding to the nearest hundredths place, what is the least and the greatest number that will round to 400? Let's pull out the keywords. When rounding to the nearest hundredths place, what is the least and the greatest number that will round to 400? Because this question is asking us for the least and greatest number that will round to 400, we're going to have two answers. We need to refresh ourselves with the rules for rounding. When rounding to the nearest 100, we need to look at the tens digit, the number that's in the tens place. If that digit is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we're going to round up to the next 100. If the digit is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we're going to round down to the previous 100. This question is asking us to determine the numbers that round to 400. So we're going to create a number line, and we're going to place 400 in the center. Next, we're going to identify the range of numbers that will round up and down to 400. We're going to start by counting by 10. 390, 380, 370, 360, 350, all round up to 400. And we can tell that by looking at the tens place for each number. There's a 9, there's an 8, there's a 7, there's a 6, and there's a 5. These are the numbers that indicate that we must round up. 340 is not one of those numbers. The 4 is not one of those numbers. So we don't use that number to round up. So the smallest number, the least number, is 350. Now let's look at the other side. 410, 420, 430, 440, and 450. Well, let's look. What number or what digit is in the tens place? There's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3, and there's a 4. And these are the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 that indicate that we round down to the previous 100. 450 is a 5. And if we look at the other side, 5 indicates that we round up. So 450 is not the greatest number. But when we look, there's more numbers between 440 and 450. Those numbers are 441, 442, 443, 444, 445, 446, 447, 448, and 449. Note, all of those numbers have a 4 in the tens digit, or the tens place. So the largest number, or the greatest number, that will round to 400 is 449. The least is 350, and the greatest is 449.